All right. I think we're live. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. I am your host, Christopher Bell, certified public accountant, long-term boglehead investor, hater of trash YouTubers that promote garbage investing that is ultimately going to screw a lot of people over. Now, the king of garbage is Meet Kevin, and I recently made a video about him. I've actually made a couple videos about him because he's like kind of my main target. He kind of exemplifies what I hate about the whole YouTube investing personal finance sphere. He exemplifies the financial news media, which is ultimately toxic for your long-term investing success. If you're a long-term investor, whatever happens in the short term doesn't freaking matter, okay? But when you go and look on Meet Kevin's profile on his YouTube channel, and I don't care how big his YouTube is. I don't care if I have 400 something subscribers and he has 1 million. His channel sucks because he fixates on the short term. And I'm going to keep going after him until he changes his freaking ways. Now, I recently made a video where I responded to something he made about how he's going to step back and he's not going to do daily coverage of the stock market. And I got a lot of hate. I got tons of hate comments. And we're going to read some of these comments because they're pretty funny. And they actually entertain me. Like, I don't get mad when people post hate comments. But people call me a virgin, even though I'm married and I'm about to have a kid. I'm just totally a virgin. And they say I'm bald and my hair is receding. You know, I'm totally bald, everybody. No hair. I think it's hilarious. But first, I want to go look at Meet Kevin's YouTube videos. And I'm going to show you why he exemplifies short-term fixation. Which, if you're a long-term investor, you don't want to be focusing on the short term because it doesn't freaking matter, all right? So let's go and look at Meet Kevin's hot profile. And then we're going to look at the comments, okay? So my main argument is that Meet Kevin plays on people's fears and greed. And he pumps a lot of garbage stocks and cryptocurrencies, which I hate all of them. I hate all the garbage stocks that every other YouTuber pumps. And I think cryptocurrency is worthless trash that has no fundamental value. And I don't think you should put your money into it. I am sharing my screen, right? All right. So we're looking at Meet Kevin's profile. Now, a lot of people say, oh, he does a lot of due diligence and, you know, he doesn't encourage people to buy certain stocks. Well, let's look at some of the titles of his videos. So the first one here, the market shift is worsening, new details. So he has the chairman of the Federal Reserve, but he has his picture on the profile, on his thumbnail. Now, if you're a long-term investor, are you going to worry too much about short-term fluctuations in interest rates? No, you're not. It doesn't matter. If you're consistently investing in tax-advantaged accounts, 401ks, IRAs, who gives a crap what is going to happen to interest rates in the next couple of days, months, or even years? If you're not going to sell your stocks for 30 years or 40 years or 50 years, who gives a crap what's going on in the market right now? If you are dollar cost averaging into tax advantage accounts and you are buying broadly diversified index funds, you're going to be fine, okay? Looking at this, the market shift is worsening. New details. I don't give a crap. I have a strategy, and I think my fans should have a strategy, and they should stick to that strategy. So it doesn't freaking matter what happens to interest rates or what the chairman of the Federal Reserve does, all right? But he doesn't play on fear. The next one, look at this. A warning to investors. Warning sign, fear, shock, whatever that face is right there. What's the warning, Kevin? Are interest rates going to go up 0.1%? What's happening? Man, but he doesn't focus on the short term, right? Exposing the truth, the meme stock movement. So he kind of like panders to the Wall Street Bets crowd because, in my opinion, I think it's kind of like a youth rebellion where you have all these young people. You know, they're basically trying to take out the hedge funds because the hedge funds have been screwing us over, and they're taking them all down, and they're showing the man who's really in charge. Which, whatever, if you want to play the meme market, you can. I don't recommend it because it's freaking gambling. But he likes to appeal to that crowd, and that's why he's really increased in popularity. All right, but whatever. I don't care about meme stocks. I don't think you should buy meme stocks. Here's another one. Shocked. What the Fed just said. Who cares? Who cares? Long-term investors don't give a crap because they've already picked a rational strategy and they stick to it. But, oh, he doesn't care about the short term. He gives great advice. No, he doesn't. If you watch his channel and you see these thumbnails, you're going to be constantly fixated on like tiny changes in interest rates and which stocks go up and down. And you're just going to be so overloaded with information that you're going to miss the forest. You're just going to be focused on the trees. And you don't want to be like that. You want to see the broader picture. Why are you investing a certain way? Why did you pick your strategy? Is it a good strategy? Is it sustainable in every market? If it is, then it doesn't matter what happens in the short term. I don't give a crap if the stock market crashes tomorrow. I don't care, because every 2 weeks I'm contributing to my retirement plan and I'm buying every company in the world. That's all I do. I don't care. All right. But yeah, I get all these comments like, oh, he does such good due diligence, and yada, yada. He exemplifies the financial news media. And sure, he gets a lot of views. I mean, he has a very successful channel and he's a millionaire. But the reason he has a lot of money is, well, first of all, it's from real estate, which is fine. He's a good real estate investor. I'm not going to knock him for that. And a lot of these guys, when they start their YouTube channels, what they do is they take all the money from YouTube and they invest it in their stock portfolios. So when you see that they have these massive portfolios, you probably think that they're just this investing genius because they've been investing in the stock market for the last year. When in reality, it's just them contributing their freaking YouTube money into their Robinhood or whatever. Just because they have a lot of money doesn't mean they're a genius, okay? If you gave me the income that Kevin had, well, I would buy one ETF, VT. Every freaking paycheck I got from YouTube, I put it into VT. And I guarantee you, I would have double, triple the amount of wealth he has because I don't pay short-term capital gains. I don't trade in and out of stonks or do stupid plays to entertain my audience. Like, I guess you threw some money into AMC. All right. Why Roblox? Don't care. AMC market close. Why does the market close matter? Why does the market close matter? It doesn't. It's one freaking day. Oh, the stocks went down 1%. Oh my God. Look at the shock face. Look at that. He's not playing on fear or greed, isn't he? No. AMC short squeeze, talking about the Federal Reserve, more stonk market, the coming dangerous stock rotation, pumping fear into you, pumping fear, making you question your strategy. Hedge funds are baiting Reddit traders. No, it's hedge funds. AMC skyrockets. Who cares? Crypto. I mean, come on. I mean, you can't argue that this guy doesn't play on short-term fears and greed and that he's fixated on the short term because he 100% is. And I mean, I criticize him on his Tesla investment, whatever. You know, he made a lot of money on Tesla. That's great. But I think he should take his profits. But he's not going to listen to me because, you know, Tesla's going to be a $6 trillion company or whatever. But yeah, that's his freaking YouTube. I mean, you can't argue that he doesn't, you know, just focus on everything that you should not be focusing on. He will lead you astray with all this fixation on hype stocks, short-term fluctuations, and garbage. Because the more you look at your portfolio, the more likely you are to sell your stocks or reallocate your stocks and switch up your plan. And the more that you sell and buy stocks, the more money that the banks and the brokerages make, and the more money you lose because you've already violated your strategy if you had a strategy. And you're going to be paying lots of taxes because every time you sell at a gain, especially if it's a short-term capital gain, you're going to be paying tons and tons of taxes. You'll see what I'm talking about when you get your tax bill. But you can keep buying and trading all these assets and think you're a genius. I hope you're saving some money for taxes, especially if you have a state income tax. Woo, you're going to get hammered on short-term capital gains. All right, so let's go look at some of the comments. All right, so I made this video. This is the video. It's called Meet Kevin Finally Shuts Up. Your portfolio will be better for it or something like that. Now, the first comment right here, David Moore TV. You obviously don't watch the videos and the DD that he does on many stocks. I mean, I've never seen him look at a financial statement. I mean, do you think he's doing DD? But look at all the DD. There's a freaking rocket on his thumbnail. So much DD. I have learned so much from Kevin in the last year and made good money in both the stock market and real estate thanks to him. Okay, well, he's not bad at real estate. I don't think he's bad at real estate. I think I could learn something from him on real estate. I will admit that. I don't think he's a total clown. I just think just because you've made a lot of money in the stock market in 1 year doesn't mean crap. A truly good investor is somebody that makes lots of money over a long period of time. I've been investing since I was 21, 22 years old. I'm 31 now. And I've stuck to the same strategy and I've been very rewarded for it, okay? I've always made a middle-class income, but I always live below my means. I ignored the short-term crap in the market, and I just consistently bought broadly diversified index funds. And now I have several six figures in my tax advantage accounts simply from doing that. It's not hard. You just need to stick to your strategy. But if you watch Meet Kevin, you're not going to stick to your strategy. You're going to be distracted. I mean, imagine, like there was a couple years ago where the market was flat or it was choppy. And I'm sure a lot of people kind of like freaked out and probably sold out of their stocks. Me, I just kept buying. I didn't care. I was in the army. I had stuff to do. I didn't worry about short-term crap or interest rates. I bought and I bought and I bought consistently over time. And I've been rewarded for it because the stock market has taken off. But I mean, even if it crashes in the next couple of years, great. That means I can buy more shares on the cheap because I'm thinking 20, 30, 40 years out. Even if we have a flat stock market for the next 10 or 15 years, I don't care. I don't need to see consistent gains in my portfolio because I know every 2 weeks I'm buying the world. I'm buying more and more of the world every 2 weeks when I contribute to my retirement plan. Think about it that way. How much of the world do you own now? And how much of the world do you need to own in the future to be able to live off the world's dividends, interest, whatever? That should be your ultimate goal, not focusing on the noise. Your energy is toxic. Just sitting there in your one-bedroom apartment. Yeah, it's a one-bedroom apartment. People say I'm toxic, but you don't understand how disgusted I am at YouTube. I mean, I've been investing for like 10 years almost. And I know how to do it. I know how to build true wealth because I've done it. And I've never made a ton of money. I just stuck to my plan and stayed consistent. But people get mad because they don't understand why I'm attacking Meet Kevin. Because he has a suit and he has a nice background. And, he does know a decent amount of stuff. He's not like completely clueless. But they can't understand why I'm attacking his short-term fixation. They just don't get it. But I guess we'll see in a couple of years how all these people do with their Meet Kevin investments. If you've actually sat through his live streams, it's more about the average investor getting to see the market news live. You don't need to watch the market news live. The average investor is not equipped to buy individual stocks. You need to really be educated and know what you're doing before you even consider buying individual stocks. I'm not saying you can't, but you need to actually learn more about investing. Whereas if you watch his stock market news live, you're just going to be fixated on short-term crap. And you're going to be completely lost. Like I remember when I first started investing, I had no freaking clue what I was doing. But I had read a couple good books, great books, which maybe I'll do a video about those. And they told me, live below your means, invest in index funds, put your money in tax advantage accounts so you don't pay massive gains. Don't worry about short-term fluctuations. The market will always go up and down. Don't worry about it. And it worked out. But you're going to be freaked out if you keep watching his channel. This guy gets it. Muscle. I've learned a lot from Kevin and for free. I watch him. I don't see him pushing anybody to buy any stock. Okay, look. If he's like constantly talking about a certain stock, don't you think that potentially has some kind of impact on his fans? Like if I talked about, let's say I had like a huge following and all I talked about was Alibaba and I had a twinkle in my eyes and I showed you my gains. Don't you think that maybe could possibly influence people into buying that stock? I think it does. The more that people cover any individual stock, and if you look on YouTube, there's like this small pool of stocks that all the YouTubers focus on. NEO, AMC, GME, they all cover the same stocks. They're so freaking lame. So lame. It's so basic and boring. But that has probably convinced lots of people to put their money into these stocks, and they don't really know why the stocks are going up or what they're doing. But you see Meet Kevin with this twinkle in his eye, talking about the stocks, and he's smiling, and he's such a nice guy. And I don't know what's going to happen in the long run. I mean, a lot of these stocks are kind of ridiculous that these YouTubers are pumping. But we'll see. All right. I don't think Meet Kevin cares about the short term because he cares about what his audience will watch. I'm speculating that his audience views have dropped off. He's shifting to increase his audience viewership. I mean, I don't mind people strategically changing their strategy on YouTube because I made a lot of videos about like index funds and nobody wanted to watch my videos. But the second that I started talking about meme stocks or some of the big YouTubers, oh my God, now I'm getting a lot of views. But I'm still sticking to my guns because I know all those meme stocks or the vast majority are garbage. So I've gotten a lot of hate on my channel because I attack a lot of the meme stocks because they're garbage investments. But I've at least stuck to my guns. Whereas Kevin just kind of like shifts with the wind. Oh, what do people want to hear? Let me support the Reddit movement because it's popular or whatever. He's a grifter, total grifter. But whatever. I mean, I can see the appeal of people wanting to jump in on the hype, because every other YouTuber that has exploded, they explode because they all talk about the same stocks. Now, if you think about it logically, if everybody's talking about the same stock, that probably means that a lot of people are buying the stock, which means that stock may be overpriced because there's so much attention and so much money flooding into those stocks. The price might be so elevated that it goes way above what the company's actually worth. That's kind of how bubbles form. There's like a feedback loop. The stock goes up. Everybody focuses on the stock. More people buy the stock because they want to keep, they believe the stock's going to keep going up. And it just goes up and up and up and up because everybody's focused on it. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost. But at the end of the day, there comes a point where there's some of these stocks and are they really worth what they're worth? A lot of people will eventually realize that they're paying a lot of money for a worthless stock. And then that's kind of when some of these stocks are going to crash. All right, let's see. I'll get some comments in a second. Dude doesn't obviously watch me, Kevin. He's one of the most optimistic investors. Okay, this is what pisses me off. Even though you're optimistic and you're nice and you're friendly, that doesn't mean you're a good influence. I don't care if you're smiley or cute or happy. If you're pumping garbage stocks, I'm going to go after you because I think you're doing the wrong thing. So just because somebody's nice and they dress well doesn't mean you should listen to them, okay? But, if you don't believe me, go to a financial advisor. I'm sure they won't rip you off with high fees, but they have suits. You can trust them, man. Jesus. All right, let's do some comments. That'd be funny if my mic was muted the whole time. Me, Kevin's thumbnails and video topics are so cringe. Totally agree. He's a short-term investor. VT and chill. That's my man right there. That's all you have to do. Tax advantage accounts. Bull. I bet everything they make comes from YouTube. If it weren't for social media, they'd be screwed. I don't know the context of that comment. Me, Kevin makes his money from his courses and YouTube ads. If you take away his Tesla gains, he lost money. Of course he did. And then if you factor in his taxes, which I don't know if he shows his tax returns or how much taxes he paid. Every time you sell a stock at a gain and you don't hold it for at least a year and a day, you're going to pay what's called a short-term capital gain. And since he's in such a high tax bracket, he's probably paying 50% of his gains to the government, okay? The guy doesn't know what he's doing. If he had just bought and hold index funds, he'd probably be way richer than he is right now. Me, Kevin, made decent money in real estate, but his bread and butter is pumping out crappy YouTube content and courses. Exactly. I mean, if you're a boglehead and you sound like one, Ian, you understand like how offensive the crap that he pumps out is. But, he's got a suit. He's a nice guy. Oh. Sounds like he needs his followers more than they need him. Me or me, Kevin? Facts. You're just shilling Vanguard funds. How much are they paying? I am shilling Vanguard funds. Honestly, they're not paying me anything because they're all locked away in my tax advantage accounts. So I don't get any income from my investments. But what pisses me off, ladies and gentlemen, is I actually have this like target retirement fund in my Vanguard taxable account. And when I was younger, I used to be so excited about dividends. But now, whenever I see dividends get paid, I got to pay freaking taxes on those every year. I wish I'd put that money into a Roth IRA when I was younger. It's one of the mistakes I made. So you don't want money in a taxable account like Robinhood Stock or whatever it is. Buy T if you want to retire at 70. Yeah, come look at my portfolio, bro. I'm 31, and I guarantee you I have more money than you. And it's not because I'm a special investor. It's because I live below my means, and I invest like crazy. I've done pretty well, okay? You'd be shocked at my portfolio for the amount of money I made. And all I did was buy index funds. I hate the stupid myth that you can't buy index, or if you buy index funds, you're not going to get wealthy. It's a bunch of crap. And I have a friend that has even more money, and he does the same thing I do. He literally just buys the total U.S. stock market, and the guy probably has more than $500,000 right now, and he's like my age. Jesus, you people. Shilling for Wise broad index funds. Yeah, I think Sparky was joking there. Those hate comments are paid by me, Kevin. He makes millions, so he paid those people to come. I mean, I think he just does have fanatical fans. Like, if you don't know anything about investing, I can see why you would think me, Kevin, was appealing. Because, he's really confident. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. and you see like his portfolio. Oh, you have so much money. Just because somebody has a lot of money doesn't mean you're a good investor, but people don't really understand that. Those hate comments are fake. That would be funny if he actually was paying people, but right now I think I'm too small for him to like really focus on. I mean, he actually saw one of my videos, which is hilarious. And he got butthurt because I was making fun of his Tesla investment. But I guess when I get bigger, if I keep crapping on him, maybe he'll actually come after me. Ooh. What are you going to do with all that money when you retire? Well, I'm going to retire probably when I'm about 40, 45. And then once I have enough cash or money invested, I can sustainably withdraw 3 or 4% a year. And I can literally live the rest of my life just off my portfolio gains. So that's the plan. But if you save a ton of money and you're consistent about it, you'd be shocked how freaking fast you can save money. And once you get to your 40s or even early 50s, you can live the next 30, 40 years of your life and never have to work again. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do with my money. If people are willing to be educated to their DD, they shouldn't be investing. They need to invest in themselves. ETFs are good for lazy investors. Look, the best hedge fund managers, the best mutual fund managers, after taxes and fees, they don't beat the market, okay? So if you're some new kid on the block and you've never freaking invested before, you don't know what you're doing, okay? I'm sorry to break it to you. And even though you think it's DD, do you realize that if you're looking at financial statements, all the other institutional investors and hedge funds and mutual funds, they're looking at the same data you are. So you're not this investing genius because you did like an hour of DD. You're not, whatever. What's your definition of investing? Staying on top of your trades every day. I guess she's asking that to somebody else. Crapping on crypto meme stocks is the best idea. You get to have your cake and you attract YouTube views. I love it. I love crapping on me, Kevin. Actually, my subscribers have exploded because all I've done is just talk about meme stocks. That's what everybody wants to hear. But I'm not going to sell out like the frauds on YouTube. I don't support these stocks. Find and invest in early stage companies that can bring change to the world. Tesla, Amazon. Oh, yeah. Well, good luck finding those, buddy. Okay. There's thousands of companies that just die and fall off. But I'm sure you're so smart that you can find that one company that's going to make you so much money. But if you also own index funds, you own every company in the United States or in the world. So you already own all those hot companies. But you don't have the downside risk of YOLOing all your money into a company that you think is going to go to the moon and then it crashes. Okay. That's a distinction there. How much percent have you gained versus what you contributed to your VT? I don't know. I don't care. Look, you're preaching others about educate. You don't even know the difference between index funds and ETFs, apparently. Okay. I think she's talking to somebody else. Yeah, this guy's talking about calling them ETFs. Well, okay, VT is the ETF. VT Wax is the index fund. I know the difference, okay? I don't need your education. But, you can ask me a bunch of investing questions. I'll be happy to answer them for you if you doubt that I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I know VT is an ETF, but you can also buy VT Wax if you want. Anyway, all right, so let's go back to comments. I'm a paid course member of Kevin's. You pretty much nailed it. As a long-term investor, his meme investing coverage and content late is unbearable. Yes, it is. It offends me. It makes me sick. It made me question if his priority is to help his community or if he's trying to profit off them. He's trying to profit off them. All he's freaking doing is putting out these crappy courses. And I'm not going to pay for the course. I'm not going to pay for that crap. I wonder what he's talking about. I wonder what he tells people in his courses. Probably a bunch of freaking garbage. Well, what is it, like $600? And then I like the Meet Kevin bot. Thanks for your feedback. It's not him, but it's so hilarious. Like the Meet Kevin bots are starting to attack or like comment on my channel. I guess it helps boost my views. You obviously don't watch Meet Kevin. Incredible information. Yeah, he's such a genius. Oh, AMC, to the moon. Oh, this just happened. My barber put me on Meet Kevin last year. I mean, if your barber tells you about Meet Kevin, obviously, you can trust the barber. I'm sure he knows everything about investing. God, some people get so consumed making more and more money. All right, so I guess, yeah, so Kevin is stepping back, which is a good thing. But then again, he's already pumped out like 5 more videos. So I think he's just so addicted to making money that's why he keeps pumping out videos. But I mean, he's making the money, so good for him. Your advice for long-term investment. I agree with Kevin's overdue. I figure motivation. My motivation is not sincere. You don't like him for other reasons. Yeah, he's just hotter than me. That's why I don't like Meet Kevin. Like, I'm just so ugly and he's so hot. That's why I don't like Meet Kevin. Yeah, totally. It's not because like his investing style just totally offends me. Meet Kevin doesn't give financial advice. He is transparent and shows what he does. We are adults and can make our own decisions. Okay, yeah, you're adults, but you don't think the vast majority of people that watch this channel are influenced by him? Because even if you're an adult, if you don't know what's going on and somebody's telling you something and you trust them because they have twinkly eyes, you're probably going to follow their advice, okay? I guarantee you, tons of people have thrown money into Tesla, AMC, GME, sold their stocks for short-term capital gains, watching his content. You watch my content, am I going to tell you to sell your stonks because of the short term? No, I'm not. But whatever. He's transparent. He doesn't give financial advice. Yeah, totally, bro. That's all the YouTubers say that. Little did I know how far I could have gone if I'd started trading and investing much earlier. No, you would not have gone far trading. Investing, yes. Trading, no. There's high transaction fees and you pay short-term capital gains, which significantly reduce your returns. But don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. The content you put out isn't bad, but you're an emotional wreck. Yeah, I am an emotional wreck. I'm just a disaster. 7 minutes, 44 seconds of YouTube career suicide right here. This guy never watched a single Meet Kevin video. Yeah, my YouTube career is just dead. I mean, worst case if YouTube doesn't work out for me. I actually have a full-time job. I'm actually off today, which is pretty cool because we have a new federal holiday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm off so I can just stream and talk about whatever I want for as long as I want. First of all, I bought Meet Kevin's real estate course, and it does not have the how you go to the bank. All right, this is kind of hard to read, but I don't think this person is happy with Meet Kevin's real estate course. But I mean, I would listen to him more about real estate than I would about stunts. You have no idea what you're talking about. Meet Kevin is one of the safest financial gurus. If you're investing in GameStop, in AMC, and cryptocurrency, which he talks about all the time, and even Tesla right now with this freaking insane valuation, there's nothing safe about that. You're taking massive, massive risks. God, he's safe. He's so responsible. You know who I like? It's Graham Stephan, okay? You should go listen to him. You notice I don't crap on him because he actually gives out really good advice. All right, this guy agrees with me. Blah, 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 blah. The guy's talking about watch people like Meet Kevin. All right, so this guy says, he's basically saying that I'm doing the same thing Meet Kevin does, which is total BS because I don't tell people to buy the newest, hottest stock. I tell you to buy total world stock market index funds, or maybe if you just like America, you can do, a total US stock market index funds or ETF. And that's all you got to do in tax advantage accounts. And then if you want to speculate, you can use 5% of your portfolio for fun. I do it. I put about $4 or $5 grand in Alibaba. Doesn't mean you have to, but it's my speculation portion of my portfolio. If the stonk dies, if it goes out of business, I'm fine because the majority of my portfolio is in broadly diversified total world stock market index funds. Thank God somebody else was annoyed. Oh, God. All right. Any more interesting comments? Hey, Chris, blah, 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 blah. Weenie baby. He's a weenie baby. Bad clickbait. Yeah, because nobody does clickbait on YouTube. You're absolutely unsympathetic. What would I be sympathetic about? I mean, he's brought his problems on himself. Great success for your channel. I think I'm going to make it one day, ladies and gentlemen. You guys may not agree with me, but this ball just started rolling, mother effer. I was talking to Demon God. Oh, okay. I can't tell. I'm sorry. But yeah, that is a good point, though, because I always call them index funds, and then I talk about ETFs. Are you able to post the names of the funds you recommend in the description? Well, I mean, I can't recommend the specific fund for you to buy. I personally have the VT ETF in my Fidelity account. That's literally all I have. And then I have like 5% in BABA. The VT ETF is a total world stock market ETF. I need to stop saying index fund. It's a total world stock market ETF. So it invests in all the companies in the world, or basically it invests enough to where it actually tracks those companies. And it buys them at market cap weight. So bigger companies will be more represented in VT than smaller companies. But since I, in my infinite wisdom, know that I can't predict the future of the earth in the next 10, 20, 30 years. I decide to buy everything and let the earth figure itself out. Okay. That's my strategy. You're asking me to give financial advice. You can't do that. Like, I can't like look at your portfolio and say, oh, you should buy this and you should buy that. I buy VT, but I mean, if you don't like international, then you don't want to get VT. Or if you don't like US, then you don't want to get VT, because the VT has US and international. So I don't know, maybe I should become a registered financial advisor so I can actually give advice. VT all day. Anyway, that's it. Tomorrow we're doing a live stream, me, Jay Nagy, and Investing Sucks. You should all go check them out, subscribe to their channels, and we're just going to talk about random stuff. We meet every single Saturday, usually around 7 Eastern, and we have a good old time. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about me, and y'all have a wonderful day.